Python operators. So we are going to look at different types of Python operators and how they are applied on different types of data types as well. Like for example, you can apply addition not only on integer or floats, but you can also apply them on list, right? So let's quickly get started. What we are going to quickly see is initially that, how you add maybe two numbers and you get the result, right? So that is, I'm talking about the arithmetic addition operators, and I can talk about the subtraction operators, and then we can look at how you multiply two things, right? And then maybe how you divide, right? So you would divide like this. You can say 5 divide with 3, right? And then let's say I want to print the value. I get this, right? Now comes the modulus operator. So how it works out is basically if you want to know the remainder of something, for example, you divide 5 with 3, but you want to know that, what is the remainder that you get. We know that we get the remainder as 2 here, right? So let's just see if it gives the correct result, which it does, right? I can show you one more example. So 7 modulus 4, right? Print the value of x in this case, you get 3, which makes sense, right? And then what we have is the power operator. 2 to the power of 4 gives you 16, right? And then let's quickly see what floor division is, which is basically different from the normal division, because what it does is, it rounds down the result, okay? And it does it towards negative infinity. If you look at the number line, right, negative infinity is like, this side. So negative infinity are the smallest of numbers, right? If you want to compare two numbers, one is on the right hand side and one is on the left hand side number is always the smaller number, right? So I will first show you how divide gives you 1.75, right? But if you do a floor division in this case, it gives you 1 because you are rounding it down. Similarly, but if it is a negative number, let's say -7, 4, right? The result would be -2. Why? -2 is on the left hand side, and then you are considering smaller number, right? -2 is smaller than -1, and that's why you would choose -2. Okay. Now coming to one important fact is that you don't have to apply it only on numbers or float numbers or decimal point kind of numbers. You can apply them on other data types as well. So for example, what you can do is, let's say you have a list which contains fruits, maybe kiwi, apple, right? And then you have another list which contain another fruit, maybe banana, mango, right? Now, when you evaluate this, what you see is that you have a single list which contain all the elements from both the list combined, right? Because this is very intuitive in nature. But let's have dictionary this side, right? Like this, and then you try to add it to a list, right? It is not making sense, because how would you do it, right? What would be the final data type? That is why it will give us an error. Not everything will work, and you will understand this with the time when you see more and more Python code. Coming back to comparison operator is to compare two things, whether they are equal, not equal, greater than, less than. We can compare whether melody versus melony are equal or not. Let's quickly take few examples comparing 8 and 4 and asking whether they are equal, and the result is false, which makes sense. 7 greater than 4 is true, it makes sense. But if I say 7 less than 4, it is not, right? Similarly, I can say 8 is not equals to 4, which is a true statement, right? And that is why it will return true, right? So all the comparison operators results into a boolean. Then we have assignment operators. In terms of assignment operators, assignment is basically when you want to assign something to a variable, right? For example, I assign 78 to x, right? This is assigning a value. But what if I want to multiply 78 by 2 and then assign the final result to x? You can actually do it like this, right? This is like a shortcut for doing it. So that is why I get 78 times 2 as 156, which is 156. All the assignment operators are for assigning values only, but can apply some operation and then assign the value. And since we have seen what different types of operations like arithmetic operations are, you would be able to see plus equals would add, multiply equals multiplies, divide equals division. This is floor division, this is power, this is modulus, right? Now coming to the logical operators. Logical operators are basically logics. For example, true and true, it would be true. But when you're doing and, you're doing some sort of multiplication, and true is considered as 1 and false is considered as 0. If you multiply 0 with 1, you always get 0, right? And 0 we are considering as false. So that is why you get false. And no matter where you put the 0, you always end up with 0. If both of them are 0, then also it makes sense that this would be false. right? Similarly, OR operation, right? In OR, what happens is, you are considering that you are doing addition, right? So for example, you can say true or true will result into a positive number greater than 1 only, right? Like when I say 1 plus 1, right? It will give us 2. But you consider that whenever there is a number which is greater than 1, it is equivalent to 1 or it is equivalent to true. Okay. So that is why true or true gives you true, right? True or false, 1 plus 0 gives you 1, right? Similarly, 0 plus 1 will give you 1 as well, right? Only thing which can give you 0 is 0 or 0, 0 plus 0, and that it becomes false, which is 0. And then we have not. Not is basically to reverse. If you have true, you make it false, and if you have false, you make it true. Right? We are done with the logical operators, right? Then we have membership operator. So for example, what you can do is, let's say Harshit is in this list. Okay, this list contains different people name. Let's say there is a name called Ishika, and then we have, let's say, Harshkil, Kanika. This should be enough. So I'm trying to search for Harshit in this list, and Harshit is not present in this list. That is why it returns false. In membership operator, I'm trying to figure out whether Harshit or an element is member of a collection or not, right? You can apply this in operator in a different data type as well. Now if I take the same example and if I say not in, which is a true statement because Harshit is not in this list, right? That is why it will return us true, right? So as I said, membership operators are very, very straightforward. Identity is to see whether two things are equal, like, they are pointing to the same object. So we have seen in the previous session, right, how objects are stored in memory. That is why I would say X is equals to 56, right? And if I say Y equals to 56, and if I say X is Y, this would be true, right? But if I say X is not Y, this will be false. That is making sense. If I create a list like this, let's say apple, mango, banana, and then I say y equals to x. If I say x is y, definitely this will give us true as well, right? What if I make something like this? Let's say apple, mango, banana, right? And if I say x is z, this will give us false. Now, this is a question that you have to figure out and is a homework, that if I give a small integer like 56 to x and y, and if I compare them, they comes out to be equal, right? But if I create these things separately, like list, which contains apple, mango, and banana as exactly as this, why is x is z not giving us the answer? One of the things that you can use to figure this out would be, look at the ID of these things, right? And the IDs are different. But what if I do something like this? X is equals to 56 and Y equals to 56. If I say ID of X and ID of Y, and if I compare whether the IDs are exactly equal or not, they comes out to be true, right? While here you could directly see they are not equal, right? This is just a hint. Spend some time and trying to understand, like, why they are not equal. Thank you and see you in the next session.